Bonjour, hello, good evening everyone. Welcome to another update. As I indicated before, I will provide updates as information is coming out of the community. So I want to welcome here today. Today is Monday, October the 1st, 2024. Today is Orange Shirt Day. And while I have a couple of topics to cover, I wanted to acknowledge the importance of this day. And I want us to remember all those children that never made it home, all those children that didn't have childhoods. And I want you to think of your own children and how special they are, and how it's our responsibility as their parents to give them a good life. Bima Tisawan. So I just want to leave you with that message. There are basically a few topics that I wanted to discuss this evening. And the first is on the recovery process that we have undertaken. So an extensive amount of work is being completed on the flood housing repair, and the replacement home projects, as you're probably aware of at this point. IMG, Indigenous Management Group, is the project manager and will be helping in the coordination of this process. In the coming weeks, our flood response team will be reaching out to individuals who have been impacted regarding either the flood or the replacement home. This process will be ongoing throughout the winter. We also expect to set up an information briefing that will be sent out to all those that have been evacuated in order to keep you up to date on the progress we are making. And further to these efforts, plans and blueprints for the first 9 replacements will be beginning soon. They will be stick-built. And following this, work will be started on the remainder of the houses that are either to be repaired or replaced. And this will be done in phases. The list is extensive and there is much work to do. Following the flood crisis of 2022 and former floods leading back to 2011-2012. The demolishing of old condemned houses will also begin soon. We will be asking homeowners to provide their signatures as consent for the work to be done. Once the demolish occurs, the old structure will be removed from the property. We are currently pressuring ISC, Indigenous Services Canada, for the demolition form to have the floor plans for the new home so that the homeowner will know what type of replacement home they'll be receiving once they sign the demolish form. And those families who lost a basement will receive more floor space on the main floor, as the new homes will be one floor on concrete foundations. Discussions with Indigenous Services Canada has also included building of temporary units to house families while their homes are being built, or while their homes are being repaired rather. We'll also be able to use some of the temporary homes for the homeless issue that we're currently facing. Included in our recovery plan is a replacement lagoon and improvements to the lift stations, since there was extensive damage in prior flood incidents. Some of you may have also noticed buildings at the multiplex parking. These were ordered by previous leadership with no local labor involved. The current chief and council paid the remaining balances of those units, and we will reassess where they are needed most, and we will use local labor to complete the work. It's important to note at this point that local labor will be utilized in our projects moving forward. For instance, if RTMs, the ready-to-move homes, are being manufactured in Winnipeg, there will be training and employment opportunities for our membership in the Winnipeg area. This will provide them with the skills required to work anywhere in Manitoba and Canada. And we have visited several sites, and one stands out in terms of their flexibility to use local labor, their standards of materials that they're being used, and the timeline that they could complete the homes. There's even the opportunity for us to build these homes in our yard across the band office. And as stated earlier, more information will be forthcoming to the community regarding our situation as a result of the past flooding. I also want to talk about wages. For us, a living wage is essential to the health and well-being of our community. And as such, a review of the current wages for our people was in order. We have focused on job creation and giving people a fair opportunity to work. New jobs and employment opportunities have opened up, and we have stuck to the principle of fairness with all jobs being advertised. I am sure the community has noticed all of the job openings this past year. We've opened up new jobs in community security, education, including more teachers, teacher assistants and support staff, CFS support staff, Jordan Principal caseworkers, and support staff. All these entities are designed to create jobs for our First Nation and provide services for our Peguis band members. In addition, salaries for our employees are under review and will continue to be reviewed. Many of our people have been working for minimum wage or just above minimum wage for years, while outside contractors have been paid millions. This has been stopped, and we will take the legal action, as I mentioned prior, to defend our nation against those who have taken advantage of our First Nation. And just a final update further to the cows and plows. So we have been talking with legal informally, and according to legal, there is no reason why we can't begin working towards a settlement on that file. But that information will be shared again with membership as it comes to our attention. And as a reminder to membership, there is a duly convened meeting for Tuesday, October the 2nd from 10 o'clock to 2 o'clock, just in case you haven't seen it on the website. Our contractors in our community may also notice some of the work that's being done in the old town site. And again, that was an arrangement that was made prior to this chief and council. You may also notice there's no local labor involved, with the exception of maybe moving the earth. While we tried to change that agreement, it was a little difficult. It was a done deal, so the work continues. But I would also like to stress at this point again that moving forward, you, our membership, will be first priority in any of the work that's completed here in the community. So again, thank you for your time. You have yourself a nice evening. Miigwech.